often repeated. It's repeated everywhere. And it's for all of you. So the order of speaking, because this again is kind of random, Matt, you will speak first. And this will be a 1-minute response, and then everyone else, well actually, the way this works, you probably each go for a minute. This one's pretty important. What plans do you have for keeping taxes under control in Morris Township while meeting the needs of the whole community? So Matt, would you like to go first?
Thank you, and candidly, that is probably the most important question you'll hear this evening. Because for those of you that don't know, for every dollar of property taxes you provide to the township, we only keep 25 cents. The rest goes to the school district and to the county. So the issue isn't taxation, it's spending. It's keeping spending where it is and lowering it if possible. It's making sure that if we start new projects, we only do so when we cancel the debt on prior projects. So the threshold issue that we all have as committee people is provide great service, continue to provide those services, and allocate your tax dollars the most efficiently that we can. And so the plan is, and something that I've already started to do in the past 5.5 months, go in, look at protocol, look at process, see if we can shift assets around, change the useful life of assets. And that's something that all of us should be doing in all of our careers and our lives, looking at we can prove things and how they're done.
And next would be Jeff. You know what, I can speak louder. You guys don't mind, I can yell. Okay. Any questions for me?
Sure.
About that. Yeah, well, it's right here. Oh, what plans do you have for keeping taxes under control and meeting the needs of the community?
There are saving everybody's taxes is very important to everybody, and a lot of people usually think that's a Republican issue, but Democrats really care about taxes too. I care just as much about paying taxes as everybody else in this room, and I want to pay, the lowest amount that I need to pay to make the township run. So, with that said, fiscal conservatism, as I think you'll hear tonight from my opponents, is about finding ways to cut, maybe shifting things around, as Matt said. What I have done in my 2 terms as township committee is not only do that, but find ways to actually save money. So I mentioned in my opening that I'm an industrial engineer, that's an efficiency engineer. We try to learn how to do things more efficiently to save time and save money. And what we've done, for example, on the sewer committee, we've been taking in a lot of sewage from other surrounding municipalities to lower the cost for everybody in Morris Township, to lower the overhead for everybody here. We've looked at sharing services with Madison and being efficient about how we run our courts, and we've saved $170,000 in our township budget last year, and we'll be doing so going forward.
Next to you, Bruce.
Well, one of the things you don't do if you want to improve taxes, you don't run a Fortune 50 company out of your backyard. Honeywell, when they left, cost Morris Township potentially $1.3 million. Because of our efforts, the Rockefeller property now will actually increase in the next 10 years 57% of our tax revenue. That's coming from a corporation. There's no kids there, there's no nothing there. There is only revenue. One of the other things that we have to do is we need to populate our buildings. We need to populate our commercial buildings. How do we do that? Well, we started the Economic Development Advisory Committee in Morris Township that is now actively going out and talking to companies to retain and keep them here and also attract new companies to come in. That helps our residents because those companies bring in large amounts of money to our coffers. And that is an incredibly important way to keep our taxes as residents down.
And finally, Cathy.
Okay. Is it on? Okay. Yes, it's true. Democrats and Republicans, we all share the same goal, we want to keep taxes in check. To me, taxes are a community issue. They're not a party issue. And the fact that our committee right now includes only one party, what it does is it deprives the ideas of the rest of our community from being considered. There's two basic ways that you can keep taxes in check. One is that you can increase revenues from sources other than taxpayer dollars, and the other is that you can decrease costs. There's a lot of ways to increase revenues other than taxpayer dollars. I'm thinking particularly of grants. I think we're leaving a lot of money on the table in grant money, and I agree with Mr. Sisler. We do need to do more to attract businesses, and I hope we'll have more opportunity to discuss that later tonight. We can also decrease costs by implementing win-win partnerships, which is a sort of a creative problem-solving approach that I'd also like to talk about more this evening.
Okay, thank you. We have lots of good questions here.